Good evening. Thanks for joining us. On Thursday, President Trump proposed his plan of cutting the number of refugees allowed to enter the U.S. to an all-time low of 18,000. The move has been slammed by human rights groups, including ones here in Idaho. The executive director of the International Rescue Committee says the number of refugees coming to Idaho is also dropping dramatically. At one point, she says 1,300 refugees were welcomed to Idaho in a year. Now she says that number has dropped to a little over 550 in a year.
I mean, what are they going to do? Are we trying to help people or trying to increase victims?
This is risk of loss of life, risk of being tortured, often from live war situations.
The target of 18,000 refugees is drastically lower than the former all-time low of 27,000 refugees admitted after 9/11. The proposed capacity comes into effect the next fiscal year. The Idaho Rescue Committee is urging citizens to support the GRACE Act, which would require a minimum threshold. Madeline White will have the full story for us coming up tonight at 10 o'clock. As we approach this season of giving, many of us will start thinking about helping other favorite charities, especially since many struggle this time of year. But whether it's donating online, signing up to volunteer, or participating in a walk or a fun run, how can you tell the difference between the legitimate nonprofits and the ones that are just a little bit shady? The Better Business Bureau says before you donate, do your research. The best way to visit is to give. Go to visitgive.org to verify if a charity meets the BBB standards.
The other thing you want to think about is nonprofits generally in most states have to register with a state department. In Idaho, if you're giving locally, it has to be they have to register with the Secretary of State. So look into those kinds of things. If they're not registered in the state, then that might be a big red flag and you might not want to put your money in that specific charity.
Also be wary of crowdfunding sites, since many sites do very little as far as vetting people who are asking for donations, so it's often hard to tell exactly how trustworthy they are.
Now, Chief Meteorologist Scott Dorval with the On Your Side forecast.
Good evening, everybody. Temperatures are in the 50s. We're near 60 in Ontario, and it's 43 degrees in McCall. These are chilly temperatures as of 5 o'clock, and that's about the best we're doing for the day. We'll be plummeting down here from then on in. Let's take a look at what's been going on. Doppler radar has been showing some showers coming up from the south. Don't be surprised if we get a little brief sprinkle, even a snow flurry later this evening as an upper-level low-pressure system moves on through. It's not out of the question, even in the valley, but in the mountains, there will be some snow showers overnight tonight, and tomorrow they'll redevelop in central Idaho. This low pressure is the last of the low pressures that have been moving through, and this one will slide to the north and to the east. That snowfall amount right there, take a look at the numbers there, halfway between Great Falls and Glacier National Park. 46 inches of snow with 7-foot snow drifts and temperatures in the low to mid 20s through the entire storm event that occurred Friday night through this morning. So that is some heavy snow. One place reporting 52 inches of snow. Big major storm for northwest Montana. Even Great Falls got 19.7 inches or so, the second largest early season snowstorm for the month of September anyway. Here we are climbing back into the 60s. Still frost the next several mornings. Sunshine will return tomorrow after some morning low clouds and fog. And then we'll see sunshine and some decent weather, a chance for some more light precipitation, just a slight chance on Friday with snow in the mountains. And then a nice weekend, or at least warming up into the weekend, possibly to 68 by Sunday, 73 next Monday. There's your update now. Another update coming up later this evening.